Welcome to Before You Back on Quack&Co, the series where I take a look at every single Kickstarter that's crossed that 1,000 backer threshold and let you know where it ranks on a scale of 1 to 100 for if it's a confident back. We're not talking about the game per se, we're talking about the Kickstarter campaign specifically. We're going to be looking at an overview of the game. We're going to be talking about the publisher. We're going to give a rating to the designer. We're going to look at the reviews they have listed, what people are saying about the project. We're going to be diving into the production schedule and timeline, how good the components are going to be, what we can expect from this project. We're going to be talking about exclusives here on the Kickstarter campaign, whether or not there's going to be any savings for you as a buyer purchasing something early, kind of like a pre-order, should come with some benefits. We're going to be talking about whether or not this game can be expected to be in retail and the final value, whether or not it's going to hold on to its value if you back it now, and the final price, are they going to try to upsell you in the back end of the Pledge Manager? So, we're looking here at Kabuto Sumo Sakura Slam. This is a standalone expansion to the acclaimed Kabuto Sumo coming from Allplay Games. The original name of this company used to be Boardgame Tables. They've changed to be more universal for the products that they're putting out. Now, this is a brand new game. It is standalone. That being said, it is following on the heels of a very successful project, which was the original Kabuto Sumo. And so, you do have the option in this campaign to get all the new stuff with deluxeifications and add-ons if you already own the original game and you're a fan, which I think is what a lot of the initial backers are going to have been or be. Or you could go for the all-in bundle, which will give you everything for Kabuto Sumo. And I'm going to be honest, it's a good deal, but it's a lot. So, let's take a look at all this. Alright, overview of Kabuto Sumo, pretty straightforward. This one's going to be adding some pillars on the sides and a square board that you're going to be playing with, along with some cool deluxeifications that I think are worth paying attention to. But the core concept is you're doing a coin pusher mechanic. You're going to be taking one of your little pieces, the little chits you have, and pushing it slowly onto this platform, trying to knock off and shove other players off the side. What makes this fun and interesting is that slow-moving dynamic while still feeling like you can be aggressive and creative with how you use your different pieces. The different sumo wrestlers or the insects that you're going to be using have different special abilities and powers along with different shapes. Those shapes really come into play when you're trying to very carefully and strategically push them across the board. Here you can see the new 8 characters that are going to be in this expansion, or the standalone version of the game, and all the different interesting shapes they have, along with some of the special powers and abilities they carry with them. Overall, if you like fun, quick-playing party games or family games, you like the idea of having a little bit of dexterity involved, but not so much that you're trying to balance cups on top of your head or throw balls through a hoop, and you really love the art, the theme, and the style of this, this is one you probably should be paying attention to. Let's break this down. This is coming from Allplay, a publisher that, in my opinion, puts out some of the best games in the industry across the board. They're not always right for you, but they're always right for someone. 10 out of 10 as far as the publisher is concerned. The designer is Tony Miller. Now, Tony Miller has only, as far as I can tell, designed one other game that's currently in publication other than Kabuto Sumo, which is Fire in the Library, which I think is an alright game. I gave him an 8 out of 10. Why? Because, well, he's not a well-known designer. That being said, the original Kabuto Sumo is a known game that's in existence. It's got a 6.8 over on BGG and a group of people that really, really love it. So, if you know what you're getting, you know what you're getting for this designer as well. I trust him to make a good follow-up standalone and very fun and interesting expansions. Moving on down, reviewers here is going to be a 10 out of 10. Lots of love and praise for the original game. It has its criticism as well, but if you can weed through that and decide what is going to be right for you and your gaming group, you can trust and rely that this is going to be a quality product. Moving on down, we have the production quality. I really think this Kickstarter is upping it to another level when it comes to production. We have a solid wood Lazy Susan. We have the first metal pieces we've seen in the game to this date that come as a Kickstarter bonus, not exclusive. And you're going to be getting cool little wooden meeples and bits. The production quality was already very nice going into this, and they're only enhancing it farther. I gave them a 10 out of 10 on production quality too. Let's talk about exclusives. So there aren't many exclusives in here. You have a lot of bonuses for backing at a higher pledge level, like a plushie, like some coins, like some upgrades, but the only real Kickstarter exclusive they have is a medallion. The medallion is going to be a custom metal medallion that comes with some type of reward or bonus. We don't know what that is yet. So, if this seems interesting and valuable to you, and you want everything for Kabuto Sumo, plus whatever this adds to your mix, this might be a reason to back alone. However, we just don't know. We don't know what the prize is, what the reward is. It could be something really cool. It could just be a secret behind-the-scenes video talking about, with Tom Vassell playing this game at a bar with some local friends. I have no idea what it is. I gave them a 7 out of 10 on exclusives because there really are not that many. Savings, I also gave them a 7 out of 10. Now, when it comes to savings on this, your best value is going to be the all-in bundle. They're offering you something like $43 off the top tier pledge. However, I think most people are going to be purchasing it around this $89 mark, which is going to give you a savings of like 20-something, about $25 or so. I think once this is said and done, you're going to be kind of breaking even because you will have to pay for shipping here, and you could go pick this up at a local store or a game. However, all the new stuff will include things that you probably won't find at local stores, like the plushie, like the metal, the metal character expansion, like the rotating wooden upgrade to your board. So, give and take there. You get some extra value, and you get a pretty good price. I do think this is where your real savings are. The all-in bundle, I think, is actually a really excellent deal. I do think they've went out of their way to make the all the new stuff bundle very, very compelling as well. Gave them a 7 out of 10 on that. Will this game be in retail? They got a solid 3 out of 10 when it comes to retail. The reason being is because almost, if not everything here, will be available in retail, either online from their online shop in their store, or in your local friendly game store. Because it's a popular game, it looks good on a shelf, it's easy to sell, and they have a history of being successful. Along with that, Allplay is at almost every convention you come across, and so you can typically pick up most of this stuff at the conventions if it hasn't sold out already. Timeline. They're claiming that they're going to have this to you in July. I trust them. I gave them a 10 out of 10 on timeline. Could they be off by a couple weeks here or there, depending on some out of their control environment factors? Certainly. However, we've already weathered the storm of a shipping crisis and a pandemic. Allplay has done an excellent job at delivering not only this, but all their other products in the past, and they have a very rigid timeline they follow. So I trust them when they say backers are going to have their game in July. I think that's going to be right. Moving on down, we have value. Will this hold its value after you've backed it? Well, I think if you go for the all the new stuff bundle, you're probably going to be right around that value. I don't think you're going to be making money on this when it comes. I don't think you're going to sell it for above the bar, but I think you probably will hold on to your value. If you hold on it for too long, though, I do think you're going to start losing value in certain areas that don't have as much appeal to actual gamers, like the plushie, for instance, or the secret metal coin that we'll learn a little bit more about later on. Some of the promos could get more valuable as long as they're not overly available. I gave them an 8 out of 10. I don't think you're losing money here. I think it's a good deal. I think you'll be able to sell it at cost, if not a little bit higher, once you have it in and you've played it a little bit yourself. Moving on down to price, the final category here, I gave them a 6 out of 10 on this because, this is an Allplay Games bundle, and they do have some add-ons that are worth paying attention to. I can't quite find it here, but overall, they have their other games, their other products, their bags. They have a lot of things that you can add to your pledge. I think you'll end up spending more money. How much is kind of up to you. It's a big question mark, but they're certainly trying to do a little bit of an upsale. I think that's our time, and the final score here for Kabuto Sumo, the Sakura Slam, is going to be a 79 out of 100. Now, for our ranking system, a 90 to 100 is a must back, an 80 to 90 is a confident back, and a 70 to 80 is a great back. Meaning, you, if you're backing this, can feel like you're getting a good deal, you're supporting a reliable and trustworthy publisher, and you're going to be getting a product in that you should be able to enjoy as long as you've done your due diligence to make sure it's right for you and your gaming group. Hit that subscribe button down below. We're going to be doing these on every Kickstarter that raises or has over 1,000 backers for as long as I can keep it going. We'll see you next time.